Hey guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, it's nice to meet you. I actually have a degree in nutritional science. I graduated in 2018, and here on YouTube I have a channel all about fitness, health, and this series specifically is about busting nutritional myths. And today I want to talk to you guys about sugar. And the question we're going to answer is, does sugar make you fat? This is something that I see all over the internet and in advertising, just the media in general. And it's a big question that I feel needs to be addressed. So let's dive into it. I want to premise this video by saying that when you eat anything in excess, whether it be sugar, whether it be fat, really anything, any food group, you run the risk of predisposed health conditions and, diseases. You're kind of just, damaging your body in the long term if you, eat a lot of sugar for years and years and years, or if you ate a lot of fat for years and years and years, things like your heart can be damaged, or, you could predispose yourself for diabetes. And I just want to premise the video by letting you guys know about that. And, today what we're really addressing is sugar consumption, specifically the sugar making you fat. And before I can, answer that question, does sugar make you fat or does sugar make you gain weight? I want to give you guys a bit of a background on, what sugar is, and just give you a quick lowdown on sugar. But let me ask you guys this first. When you hear the word sugar, what are the 3 things that pop into your mind? Comment them below. I'm super eager to hear what you guys thought of, when you think of the word sugar. And I can wait. All right, so for me, the 3 things that pop into my mind when I hear the word sugar is, candy, fat, and unhealthy. Those are the top 3 things that pop into my mind, and I'm sure you guys can relate. A lot of people, tend to lump sugar with these things. If you didn't already know, sugar is actually carbs. Carbs are made up of sugars, and they're actually one and the same thing. And there are 3 types of sugars. The first one is actually glucose, and glucose is the essence of life. It's actually so important to the human body that if you don't consume it within your diet, your body will actually make it on its own from the other things you're eating within your diet, because it's your body's preferred energy source and your organs use it for energy. So I found it really interesting when I was, kind of researching for this video that the Eskimos in the North Pole, they actually, so they have no access to any plants because, it's the North Pole. So their diet is 100% made up of whale blubber. And whale blubber is completely, protein and fat. Yet when it was tested, they had normal blood glucose or blood sugar levels. It's pretty interesting, but it, is one of the reasons that we have proof that the human body will make glucose on its own, even if it's not consumed. But foods that do, naturally contain glucose include, these are all starchy foods. They include, bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, beans, as well as quinoa. And yeah, those are, the foods that make up glucose that we would, naturally be consuming in our diets. The next type of sugar I'd like to address is fructose. Fructose is fruit sugar, and it's naturally found in foods like fruit, hence the name, honey, agave, almost all root vegetables have fructose in them, but mainly when we talk about fructose from a nutritionist point of view or a diet standpoint, people are mostly consuming it in the form of high fructose corn syrup. And that's, found in a lot of processed foods these days, things like soda, and fructose is actually the sweet factor of sugar. It's the sweetest type of sugar, and it's what you think of, I'd say, when you think of sugar, sweet, that's actually the fructose that's giving you that flavor. And fructose is also responsible for the addictive component of sugar. It's what keeps you craving more. The final type of sugar I'd like to address is sucrose. And sucrose is a fancy scientific word for table sugar. And sucrose is made up of 1 part glucose and 1 part fructose. And it's found in things like candies, fruit juice, soft drinks or soda, and syrups. Yeah, now that we've kind of covered a background on the 3 types of sugars, which, if you will, carbs, one and the same, I'd like to kind of answer the question that we're all here to know, does sugar make you fat? And to do so, we need to talk about the process in which fat storage is made, specifically the process in which sugar is made into fat. And that process is called de novo lipogenesis. And it's, in fact, a really inefficient process for the human body to conduct. In fact, this process is incredibly inefficient for the human body, and thus the human body doesn't conduct de novo lipogenesis often. And that's because of how much energy it actually takes to convert a sugar, or carb, if you will, into fat storage. It takes 30% of the sugar consumed just to convert it into fat storage. And when you compare that to the amount of energy it takes to convert fat that's consumed in a diet into fat storage, it actually only takes 3% of a fat. So it's pretty clear what the body prefers to do when it comes to creating fat storage or storing fat on the body. And, that brings up, why do people constantly lump sugar or sugary foods with being unhealthy, with weight gain, with this whole idea of sugar making you fat? And that's because people often look at it as an oversimplified view of the real issue here. And that's because, most people who eat a diet high in sugar, especially, fructose and sucrose-based foods that are made of sugars, diet high in those food types, they also tend to be eating more carbs than they need in general. And I've said it before on my channel, and I'm sure you've heard of it, calories in to calories out is the basis of all weight loss and weight gain. Every diet uses this theory, and it's not so much as a theory as a fact at this point in the world. It's as pretty close as you can get to scientific fact that, your body burns a certain amount of calories each day, and it consumes a certain amount of calories each day. And if you are consuming more than you're burning naturally with your metabolism, then it's going to result in weight gain. And people that eat these sugary foods tend to overconsume the amount of calories they need. And that could be because of a few things. Sweet taste being for one, it tastes good, so you probably eat more than you needed to. It also tends to be addictive, and so you crave more, and then you eat more than you needed. There you go, more calories than you expected to eat. And the final thing could be due to the fact that sugary foods tend to be unsatisfying, unsatiating, and unfilling. So you eat one and you feel hungry still, or you feel unsatisfied, so you eat other food on top of the sugary foods that are high in calories. Thus, more calories in versus the calories you burned throughout the day, and then that results in weight gain. But On the topic of calories in and calories out, it's really interesting just how many studies are out there proving this to be fact. There are countless studies based around this premise that, within weight loss, pure calorie counting matters the most. And nutritional value of a food doesn't really matter when it comes to weight loss. When it comes to the exact reason you're losing weight, it doesn't matter what type of food you're eating. And interestingly enough, while I was, again, researching for this video, I found a study based around a college professor. His name is Mark Harb. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm not quite sure, but so let me know if you see this video and I pronounced it wrong. But he's a human nutrition professor at Kansas State University. And for a 10-week period, he ate one sugary cakelet. It was either a Hostess or a Twix, his choice. He ate one every 3 hours to replace all meals that he would have throughout the day. And he did this again for 10 weeks straight. And this amounted to him eating a diet of 1,800 calories, so 1,800 calories every day. Prior to starting this, he naturally consumed a diet of 2,600 calories a day. So this 1,800 calorie a day diet was far below what his body is naturally burning or his metabolism is burning each day. It was really interesting to see the results. He actually ended up losing 27 pounds. I found that crazy. He lost 27 pounds. His BMI decreased from 28.8 all the way to 24.9. And his triglyceride levels, which are his blood fat levels, fat found in the blood, those actually decreased, interestingly, by 39%. And, although this study obviously has some issues, it's solely based around himself and there's no other subjects. As I said earlier, there's countless other studies all based around this same idea of calories in versus calories out. And at this point, it's scientific fact that is the basis of weight loss and weight gain. But I found it really interesting that you could eat a diet entirely made up of sugary cake, and so long as you're eating less calories than you burn each day, you'll lose weight. Obviously eating a diet like that, I would not prescribe long term. I would not prescribe to anyone, but for the fact of proving calories in and calories out, it's quite interesting. To close the video off, I hope this gives you guys a better understanding of the role sugar plays in our diets and the fact that sugar or carbs, they're not making you fat. In fact, weight loss can be 100% achieved on a diet entirely made up of sugar. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was so fun to hang out with you guys and chat about this nutritional myth, and I hope you learned something. If you liked the video, want to see more content like this, definitely give me a thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button down below, and even hit the bell if you don't want to miss every time I upload. Bye for now.